All right, welcome everybody. This is Anojo, and I'm your host for your favorite show, Ask Dr. Sunday. Hello.
Hello, everybody. How are you, doctor?
Well, I'm doing excellent today. So, Dr. Sunday, are you ready?
Well, that your question is rhetorical.
Okay.
And I think nobody knows that better than you. That it is a rhetorical question.
So
because I'm always
you're
ready.
always ready, yeah. So let's dive into the question. Hello, Dr. Sunday. I am from East Africa, and half of my life I have been living in Europe. I see many Africans struggle to settle or focus life here in Europe because of lack of acceptance. At the same time, they don't feel home in Africa either. Now, so my question is, how should a person see his or her life in order to fulfill their purpose in life?
Okay. So how do you understand this question?
Yeah, so I would say this person is asking a question related to identity and being able to get a good perspective, a good view of yourself so as to channel it into the fulfillment of your purpose. Why? Because the person is saying that he is aware of some, or he or she is aware of some Africans who struggle to settle in Europe and to also focus on their lives, maybe due to wanting to survive, or maybe due to the challenges that they experience being foreigners in a different country. But then she's saying, if they're in Nigeria also, they don't feel.
I don't see Nigeria.
No, maybe not Nigeria. Africa. Let me just take. Yeah. So in Africa, let's just take Africa. Yeah. So if they are in Africa,
I'm just talking about what I saw, not what we are taking.
What? All right. Because I'm a Nigerian, so I just take Africa and then I narrow it down to Nigeria. So, well, yeah, she said Africa.
Well, even more concrete. I thought she said she's from East Africa.
From East Africa. So definitely not Nigeria. Definitely. All right. So she's saying such people, they don't feel at home in Africa themselves. So how should a person see his or herself in order to fulfill their purpose in life?
Well, the question of this person is a little bit contradictory. And a little bit, it lacks purpose. It lacks direction. It lacks, now, this question we are seeing here, what it presents is the issue at hand. The problem at hand is what. But together with the problem at hand and with the issue at hand, the person himself is supposed to produce and provide clarity, which the person is not providing. But I don't know why we both assume that it's a lady.
I say he or she at some point.
Okay, it could be a man.
Yeah, he or she.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that women will not accuse us of being. So there are two things that make me to say, maybe three things that make me to say that this question lacks direction and clarity.
Okay.
As clear as the issue itself is, and as clearly as he had made it to come across, because this is expressed well, but it still lacks clarity. I see contradiction in this question. I see that Dr. Anu started to say, what is it that I am not saying?
Well, I'm paying attention right now.
Yeah, that's what I noticed, that it's like you just decided to go and seek for the thing that Pastor is saying.
Yeah, you're saying contradiction.
And you are not saying it.
So I'm trying to see the contradiction.
This particular question lacks clarity and is contradictory to itself. So where is that? First of all, the issue is trying to raise is the fact that, yes, when you are living in Europe for such a long time, you don't totally belong, because you are not born here. And even if you are born here in Europe, you still don't totally belong, because you are different being an African because of your skin color. So you are easily noticeable, and it's clearly a different race and a different person. So that is the first challenge. The second challenge is that even to go back to Africa now, especially when you have lived half of your life in Europe, you will also not feel belonged in Africa. It's like I have two nieces in England. My niece, two of them were born of African, Nigerian, Adelaja father, but English mother. So they feel like that. Even when they were in Nigeria, they used to call them Oyibo, but when they got to England, they call them black. And then their accent, even though their mother is English, her accent is English, but because they grew up in Nigeria, and every other person teaching them in Nigeria was using, and around them was using Nigerian accent. So it's more Nigerian accent. So they have to now come to change that back to, when they get to England. So I think they know, they are familiar. So that part of the question is very clear. The contradiction, however, is that this person now goes ahead to end the question by saying, how should a person see his or her life in order to fulfill their purpose in life? That particular subject matter, the question that is, underlined towards the end, it is what in Russian language we call it взаимно исключаемое. It's mutually exclusive. It's mutually exclusive. Can you say, or is it mutually exclusive? We say, is it the word mutually?
Yeah, mutually exclusive means
one cancels the other.
Yeah.
Yes, but you don't see how this is mutually exclusive.
Yeah, I mean, there are two stuff I can see here. The question of, or the question that has to do with seeing themselves and fulfilling their purpose. More like, how does your perspective of yourself connect with the fulfillment of your purpose? Those are the two subject matters here that I can see. So how the person sees himself and in order to fulfill purpose.
Well, your answer has just proven to me that to have eyes doesn't mean to see.
All right, so maybe I'm not seeing well. The question is, how should a person see his or her life in order to fulfill their purpose in life?
In this question, I see mathematics and logic.
Yeah, I'm going to learn so much today. I feel like I'm going to learn so much.
Yeah. You have logic here and you have mathematics. Now, not in the questions the person is asking, but in the approach. To approach it well and to get it right, you need mathematics and logic. There are some questions where you need physics or chemistry or geography or politics or theology.
Yeah.
I think by the time I begin to answer the question, I'm going to then ask you, where is the mathematics?
Okay.
And then where is the logic? And I think you'll be able to answer that one.
All right. I'm ready. I'm up for it. Let's dive. Let's learn.
It's interesting to see.
I mean, you started with contradiction.
Yes.
But then, because
the contradiction, you can only resolve contradiction through the help of mathematics or physics or chemistry or mathematics or logic.
Yeah.
And that is exactly what we're having here.
Yeah.
So I'm now saying this particular contradiction could be resolved through the help of mathematics and logic.
Wow. Fantastic. Yeah, because this has to do with being able to also process information.
Yeah, now you are coming closer.
Yeah.
You are coming closer.
Yeah.
You are coming closer.
Yeah. I myself am ready to really learn because I had this question before this show. I went through it.
But I didn't have it though.
Yeah, but you bypassed. Yeah, Dr. Bosole did not have this.
I didn't see it.
You didn't see this question.
I'm seeing it
for the first time. Yeah.
But you have seen it before.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, I've read it before.
And you are still not seeing what the essay is saying.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it.
You have proved to me that to have eyes
Yeah, there's no me you can see. Hello, Dr. Sunday. I am from East Africa, and half of my life I have been living in Europe. I see many Africans struggle to settle or focus in their life here in Europe because of lack of acceptance. At the same time, they don't feel home in Africa either. So, my question is, how should a person see his or her life in order to fulfill their purpose in life? This is the question that we are trying to, we're analyzing right now. And Dr. Sunday, on listening to this question, he said he can see a contradiction in the question first, and beyond the contradiction, he is seeing mathematics, he's seeing logic
as the way
to resolve this
to answer
to answer this question.
Yeah. Okay, what I said is that this question is contradictory, but not necessarily contradictory, but mutually exclusive, right? Is
Yeah,
what we
mutually exclusive.
Mutually exclusive. Now, and if it is mutually exclusive, it means there is contradiction there. So if there is contradiction there or mutual exclusiveness, how do we find it? So I say in this case, we'll need to apply mathematics and logic. So where is it? How do we approach it? Yeah. This person is saying that I am from East Africa, and half of my life I have lived in Europe, or I've been living in Europe. I see many Africans struggle to settle or focus in their life or on their life in Europe. Yeah. Because of lack of acceptance. So the first challenge is that there are Africans in Europe.
Yeah.
So they cannot be fulfilled. They cannot focus on fulfilling their calling or their life in Europe because of they are not accepted.
You're not accepted.
Okay. Then the second point is that at the same time, they don't feel at home in Africa either, which is another point. So my question now is, and I said that in this question, that's where the contradiction and mutual exclusiveness comes in. So my question is, how should a person see his or her life in order to fulfill their purpose in life? The contradiction is that if the question this person is about to ask or is trying to ask is that of how can a person fulfill his purpose in life? So if the question that we are raising is the question of fulfilling your purpose in life and on earth, so why should you be bothered being accepted or not being accepted? The question is, if you are really serious, this person, that's why I say either he lacks clarity or he lacks vision, even in this question. Because on one hand, he's raising the issue and the problem, which is real. I'm not accepted. We are not accepted in Europe. We know that, which is a big problem. And in Africa, we cannot feel at home. It's also true. That should only bother you if you are more concerned about survival and making a living. But I would understand that and I would have answered. But at the same time, this person is coming up not with a survival question. On one hand, he's raising a question of survival. But then he's contouring that question of survival with the question of purpose. But people who live for purpose, they are not so concerned about if anybody accepts them or not, because they are focused on their goals and purpose in life. And once you are focused on your purpose and goals in life, you care less what anybody thinks. So if you are really sincere and you don't lack vision and goal and clarity, she lacks clarity in what she wants. Do you want to live for survival and acceptance, or you want to live for purpose and vision? So when I say she lacks clarity and vision,
now I get it.
So the fact that I was saying those things doesn't mean that it was clear.
No.
Now you can understand why my things I say.
Yeah, makes people.
Sometimes they understand the difference.
I get it. Because she started on the foot of acceptance, which is related to survival.
Yes.
Now, a lack of clarity is very evident in the question she's asking, and that's exactly what you're saying, right? That if she continued on the path of acceptance, of wanting to be accepted, then she would have asked the question of how to be accepted, or how to deal with acceptance.
You getting it?
Yeah, but then
she'll be asking the question of how to survive.
How to survive. But then this person goes to the question of purpose.
Aha.
Yeah.
But people of purpose don't bother themselves about survival.
And survival. Very true. So that is where the contradiction comes in. Yes, I see it now.
And you see the mutually exclusiveness of the...
Yeah, because survival is on one hand, purpose is on another hand. You can live your purpose. If you're living for purpose, you don't care about survival. If you're living for survival, then you have nothing to do with purpose. You're just.
Can you now see where the lack of clarity and vision of the person himself?
Asking the question comes in.
So you can now see why I can do a psychological portrait of this person.
Exactly.
And tell you that he's not a settled person. And tell you that he's a shaky person still. Who doesn't know and is undecisive yet. Just a confused man.
Yeah, either to live for survival or to live for purpose.
She doesn't even know the difference.
Yeah.
Even in this question, she's not seeing the difference. Or he's not seeing the difference.
Yeah. Very true.
He's thinking he's asking one question. But that tells you about the state of the mind.
How the person is processing it.
No, how the person is living.
Okay. Well, that's so true. because that means the person is in a struggle, or the person is living for survival.
She doesn't have clarity. He doesn't have clarity in life.
And does not have a clarity as to...
He knows about survival because he feels it every day.
Yes.
But he also knows about vision.
Purpose.
About vision. But he doesn't know how to live those lives.
True.
And where to place what.
Wow.
And doesn't even see the difference between the two. So why did I say it takes logic to understand the contradiction?
Yeah.
And takes mathematics
to resolve
it.
I mean, I'm in a very good position to
answer those questions.
To grab the mathematics and the logic with it. So I'm listening.
You can't tell me where the logic is.
Yeah, I can get the logic, and the logic here that I can see has to do with the person's perspective and person's view of life, because this question is a question of life, and the person's logic is
lack of logic. You need logic to understand.
Yeah, I need logic, but the person's lack of logic. Yeah, because I'm trying to also, from what you have said, and with the question, where to take the inference, where to take all of those things that you talked about in thinking.
Me automatically, you always ask me, do you know the...
Yeah, because I mean, that's one of the things that I've always told you that I'm more concerned about with your messages, is being able to embody them and being able to make them flesh in you, such that you're not just acquiring the knowledge. Because I personally noticed that with your material, if someone is just about the knowledge, you'll be a very, very eloquent speaker.
Smart.
You'll be smart. I mean, when you speak, people are like, who is this person? I mean, how old are you that you're coming out with this knowledge? And I've had a lot of that. But then I know better that does not make me better, really, because until I'm able to inculcate them in my life, then and this for me is like a test.
How far?
Of how far I've been able.
That to know Pastor Sunday's message and to know Pastor Sunday and to even know what he's talking about doesn't mean to be Pastor Sunday.
No.
That you might know the message, but you are still not Pastor Sunday. Because Pastor Sunday is lived it, he's become flesh in him.
Yeah.
But you just know it in your head.
You just know it in your head. And that's the struggle I'm actually having. Yeah, and I think it's a good struggle too.
Because we have done the first step.
Yeah.
The greater struggle is that you don't even know what Pastor Sunday is talking about. For most people.
For most people, question, just so our viewers will understand that life with Dr. Sunday is different. I mean, it's just different, really, because you just.
And when you begin to deliberate like this, some people say it is the best part of our discussion.
Our discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you open their eyes into what is going on here.
To make it
what
real.
It means, to make it real to them. What it means to be around him.
Yeah.
You know, they are just hearing me.
Yeah.
But you always, comment and expatiate, and you bring them in.
Yeah, into our world. Yeah, because it's a different world. I'm doing my specialization in the field of psychiatry. And I'm telling people the truth. I can't wait for Monday to Friday to end so I can come here. Because it's as though I'm just existing there in that world of psychiatry. But then when I come here, I'm like, just
life.
Yeah, like there's life. I mean, most time my professor cannot understand why we get excited to just leave. Like we're already taking the time that what is the time for us to leave this place? We want to go.
Even though you still wash at home, because people have been thinking you don't wash me at home.
I read your books. I still even go back to your messages. I mean, I go back.
It's not comparable to being here live.
It's not comparable to being here live because it's like hands-on. You know when there's hands-on training, where you're there, really, like you need to be here to see what is going on in my head right now, just being on this show. So I'm not just here to just talk.
And they are seeing this only because it's a live program.
It's a live program.
What about the one
but
that
this
are
is
not live program?
Exactly.
Working with your sight,
Yeah.
not with your mind,
with your
consciousness.
Yeah. And so, I mean, that live, you just have to be here to really understand it. That's what I'm saying. Life with you, I mean, world with you is different. I mean, you can't get it in the best of schools. I'm talking about I've gone through medical school. I'm a graduate.
You are doing postgraduate.
I'm doing my postgraduate course right now. So I mean, you should know that I'm not an illiterate, and I mean, for me to finish medical school,
I'm not silly.
Yeah, I'm not silly. I'm not stupid. But when you come here, your brain is actually, because your brain is at work. Back to this question, logic and mathematics in the question. Who
thinks like that?
Who thinks like that? Who thinks like that?
That's why I always call people to do mentorship.
Yeah.
I beg them, please register for the mentorship. Please register for the mentorship.
You know, I'm in a position where
this is a real question now.
Yeah, this is a question at hand, because I'm in a position where I'll be very soon I'll be done. I'll be done with my specialization. So it's either
job.
It's either I go to search for and look for a job, or
become a medical doctor.
Yeah, to become
put yourself in a prison.
Yeah, to put myself in a prison. Yeah, or I live the kind of life that Dr. Sunday is modeling and is teaching us. And here, because this book is saying, stop looking for a job. Joblessness is a blessing.
Who thinks like that?
Dr. Sunday. Stop looking for a job. This thing is interpreted as, don't look for your life, or just throw your life away. Or
okay.
Yeah. Stop looking for a job, because job equals life.
Okay. Are you serious?
No job, no life. Why? Because no job, no money. And no money, no life. So if you're saying I should not look for a job, how do I get to survive? If there is no job, how do I get to sponsor my family, myself? So for you to say joblessness is a blessing, no, I don't know. I mean, this is just out of the world. Because what you are calling is slavery, because you are saying job is slavery. Because you just mentioned right now, I was talking about my own self, that I'm about to become a medical doctor. And I mean, I'm the pride of my parent right now, because their son is a medical doctor.
Okay.
Yes, their son is a medical doctor, and very soon he's going to be putting on his lab coats in a hospital. But then you are saying that is you walking, you're just walking into prison
With your own feet.
with your own feet. Okay, and you're looking for shackles to chain yourself. But that is the dream place for a lot of people. That place you're calling a prison is what thousands, millions of people spending thousands of dollars to study for, to go and end up in that place that is called a prison. And then you're coming to say that looking for a job shouldn't be our own pursuit. No, it's Pastor, this is different. Come on. And that's why someone will see the book and they're not even interested in reading. Because, I mean, this is, you're trying to take away my life. So, stop looking for a job. Joblessness is a blessing.
Life is not about wealth. Life is not about wisdom. Power, wealth, wisdom. PWW. That is what the whole world is living for. They look for wealth, money. They look for power. Even wisdom, they look for wisdom, education. They look for wisdom to get wealth. They look for wealth to get power. That's the way it is in the whole world. People look for wisdom to get wealth. And that's why you are saying that your parents will be proud of you.
Yeah, I mean,
because they know that you have finished acquiring wisdom. And after wisdom, wisdom is supposed to lead you to
money,
wealth, money. That's why they are excited.
Yeah.
And once you have enough money now, people will now expect that to lead you to power. You become powerful in society. But those are the world value system. And those are the wrong things to live. If you want to waste your life, live like that. So when he finished reading the book, and when he finished, because it's in the mentorship program, you don't just read the book. There are a lot of work to do. Yeah. He said, so this man knows something, no?
Yeah.
So he's not living for these things. If he is not living for this thing, but these are the very same thing the whole world is living for now. And this man is telling me that's not the thing to live for. This man knows something that the rest of the world doesn't know.
Sure.
In that book also, it is written, what then do you live for? But I will not give you that one. Go to the mentorship.
That's it.
So the man now said, to understand, even though I've given the exam, he said, even though I've given the exam, but I now realize that this is more than exam. I have to change my whole value system, my whole philosophy of life, the way he said, even right now, I am striving, working till morning, till night. You think, what is it you think I'm doing it for? Of course.
For money.
It's for the wealth, for money.
Yeah.
And then to be powerful. He said, the whole world is living like, he said, so I've been running in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
He said, so this Sunday Adelaja we are seeing here, I thought I know him. He was saying, I thought I know this guy. So just listening to this man alone, you might be deceived though. And think that I'm listening.
Yeah.
But he said he read this book, is it 18 times?
Wow.
Just to be able to change.
Yeah. I know exactly what he's talking about. Yeah, because this is like a 180 degree turn. 180 from the norm of life, from the status quo, from the best of. If we want to refer a person living the best life, that's what we describe the best life. You just gave the algorithm from wisdom, wealth to power. That's the algorithm of the life that we have had as a model. So if we're looking for the person who has the best life, we're looking for someone who has the wisdom, and his wisdom has led to wealth of some sort. And then his wealth has accrued power. So now he's perceived as a wealthy person, and not just wealthy, but he's powerful. He can exert some form of influence.
But what Ben was saying is that after he read that in that book, he said he went into depression. I said, Olorun gba mi. I thought I was going to help you. You said you went to He said, yeah, he went to depression because he discovered that, first of all, he has wasted his whole life.
Thank God I'm doing all of this at this age.
Secondly, he went to depression because he said, so I didn't even know this life. You mean I didn't understand this life? He said it was like pulling a rug, a carpet from under your feet. It's like you have ground, and the ground just disappeared. You just fall down the abyss.
Yeah.
He said that's the way he felt. But the good thing is that in the book, he said there is solution, there is a way out.
Yeah.
But he has to now build his whole life. First of all, remove the foundation.
Yeah.
And now go back to the beginning to. So that's why he's not calling often. He said, I'm not calling. I am just busy, just rebuilding my life upon the right principle.
Yeah. And that's what we get. I mean, that's what we get by listening to you. And this is just about life. But the amazing thing about it is that when anyone listens to you, the same thing that happens to Ben happens to them, but not with their life, but even as regards God. Who God is, their relationship with God. So there's life.
What they thought about God.
What they thought about God before.
Totally.
Everything is just.
They will discover that. Yeah.
And so it's just like people begin to just like there's like a whole change right now. Like a whole like okay, but this was the God they presented to us. And then you're presenting the total opposites.
I see.
So that's like one of the issues.
Greatest shock.
Yeah, that people have. And that's why people just jump into this guy is heretic.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's like the opposites. You're bringing in another paradigm, another perspective. Like not just a similar one, not just like a twist.
Okay.
You understand? Like what we have in
it's not just a similar.
No, not just like a similar or something close or like a step. You know, if you're bringing something to a step. Like, for example, let's say you're
one step different.
We are just a step different. Then we can understand, okay, maybe you just got a little revelation. Like, you just ast something like there's a rema. That's what we have in church. Is like, why do we shout rema in church? We shout rema in church because, let's say we understood something at level 25. And then the pastor comes and he's preaching and he's like, and he just drops one word that is 26, level 26. We're like, there's a word, deep, wonderful word. But now you are like, okay, you guys, what you're saying is at zero. And I'm bringing level 100. It's like a massive change. From zero to 100. Like,
not even from 25.
No. So that's why a lot of people are like, no. Adelaja is in error. He doesn't know what he's saying. He's just off. So they don't want to even give you the benefit of doubt. That maybe what you're saying, and that's the same thing also that comes to church, because we're talking about God now. God is not church. God, this is our pursuit of God, our relationship with God. Mm-hmm. But then when you now bring it into the level of church, now there's another shock that we're having again. So it's like you're just shocking us in every area. You come with finances again, another shock with finances.
Kingdom.
You come with kingdom, another shock. Family, another shock. Everything is like which world is this guy living? That's when you were talking about how I remember one of your series that caused a lot of tension with people when you were teaching on why we must have more faith in ourselves than in God to rule on earth. Mm-hmm. That was a big deal.
It was breaking people's minds.
Exactly. Again, you entered into the family series, and then you're seeing in the family series that why you
don't drive,
and your wife doesn't cook. But like, but that's what we have. That's life. Wives are there to cook. The husband should be on the wheel to drive. So it's like you are in a different world, and every other person is in one world, and we're just we're just groping in the dark. We're just there, just groping in the
Everybody
dark.
climbing upon themselves like ants.
Yeah, we're just trying to grope and just trying to figure out some things in life.
But when you talk about nations, Nigeria, like Nigeria now, is it not what you are describing?
Exactly.
But when you listen, it's like clarity. This is the answer
this is
now.
what we can do.
How we can resolve the problem.
Watching the series with your children, and she's like, where are my kids? Yeah. Come on, kids,
and
come.
They started doing a good job with their kids now.
Yeah. Come, let's work. And I mean, and even with their kids too, I mean,
they have produced results.
Yes.
Because they follow the
principle. I mean, I was listening to a 13-year-old boy yesterday, Abba, and I'm like, look at this boy talking, I mean, mentioning stuff, I mean, making analysis, making inferences, bringing examples from different, I mean, world. And I'm like, this guy is 13 and is reasoning like this. Yeah. And that's because the guy, he was mentioning the amount of books he has read, mentioning the titles. He was reviewing how urgently become a workaholic yesterday. That's a 13-year-old boy who has read a resource. His life cannot be the same. He cannot.
He's already ahead of.
He's already ahead of not
his generation,
mates, but even generations
of his parents.
Of his parents.
He's already.
He's ahead
of the generation of his parents.
Just by getting access to your resource. And that's what I'm trying to tell people. I mean, dear viewers, let me just address you quickly. You know, it's a huge disservice not to share this link or any of Dr. Sunday's resources to anybody. I mean,
to everybody.
To everybody. Why? Because I tell you the truth. Any human being, it doesn't matter where you're from. You're from Asia, from America, from Europe, from Africa, wherever.
Well, maybe that's why I've been able to have a breakthrough with everybody.
Yes, because your message is universal. Your message is universal and it's truth. You take it
and the level. And because they too have never heard it.
Exactly. So they are surprised.
Yeah, and they are shocked. They are
shocked.
Either they are Germans or they are French or they are Americans or Japanese. They are all glued. Yeah. Just like you people are glued now. Everybody. Russians are glued.
Yeah, because
communists are glued.
Everybody.
Atheists are glued.
Because it's against the world system. You are bringing in the kingdom. You are bringing in the kingdom and the value system of heaven. That what makes it different. Yeah. Yesterday I was watching the video you were showing, and when you were giving a charge to the American, and I was like, Lord God, like I could feel like heaven, like this is like a charge from heaven telling people that, hey, if your Christianity is not good enough to challenge the system of the world. And I'm like, of America, yeah. I don't know the word of America. I'm like, who speaks like this? Who?
And all the leaders of America people are there.
Yeah.
America, all the apostles and bishops, they are just standing and listening.
Yeah. For me, when I discovered the truth, it was like the parable of the kingdom where someone, he had so much. He had a land. All right, so he had acquired the land. It's just like me, who, because I'm young, but I was in search. I was really passionate, and people can see the passion right now. I was looking for it everywhere, going to this person, listening to this message.
Learning from everybody.
Yeah, learning from everybody, just trying to get everything. And then, boom, I just saw the treasure, like the parable. The guy found the treasure, and he went. It didn't even matter all he had acquired. He just went, he sold everything just to get that treasure. That is like my experience. I mean, people cannot understand it. People cannot fathom me. I don't even care. I don't mind. You don't have to understand me. Just give me time. Let me keep working on this thing. Let me keep working on it. Just don't worry. The difference will be clear because I found the truth.
Amen.
And I'm not selling it. I don't care who is against me. I'm not concerned who is accepting me or not. I found it because I know what you guys know and you're celebrating. I even know more than you. Because I see people trying to argue, like, what are you saying? I've been there. I understand what.
I've been a pastor.
Yes, I've been a pastor. I pastored a church for years. I've preached these things.
You propagated them.
Yes.
You had brought Rema on them.
But now I'm saying all of those things that I've learned.
Shall I explain?
They are just, it's all joke. And I've just taken of them, just sold it to buy the truth here. And that's what everybody must do because, it's a whole new world. The moment you begin to live, you begin to seem strange to the whole world. Yeah. You begin to, you're strange. People cannot understand you. But the thing about it is that they cannot deny your results. They know it's undeniable. Just like
nobody could resist everything I say.
Yeah.
If I go to Japanese parliament, can you imagine going to Japanese parliament? They are Buddhists, they are Confucianists.
Yeah.
And they were just getting saved left, right, and center. The senators, so I'm not talking about Japanese on the street.
Yeah.
The ones on the street, they were just getting saved.
The very elite.
I'm talking about the rich, the wealthy, the political elite.
Yeah.
America, the same thing. Norway, Europe, Israel, UN. Because they see solution coming from another level.
True.
And it's the gospel of the kingdom that is making a difference.
And everybody subjects to it. Everybody presses towards it. And the good thing about it is, Pastor, why I was making reference to all the people I was listening to is that many times I've been very tempted, just because I didn't have the funds, to buy a complete message.
Of what?
Of these pastors.
Okay.
Yeah, because...
What do you mean buy? You can download them.
No. It's just now that it's different. Okay. Now it's changing because now they're able to stream live.
Mostly they sell, eh?
They sell.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't, I used to listen to Joseph Prince, to all of these pastors. You want to get, so they show you half
an hour.
Half an hour. And then they tell you for you to get the full message, you have to pay and buy the messages. So many times I'm like, let me just buy this because I'm in search of knowledge. Why would you stop at 20 minutes? You understand? When you're explaining something that I'm interested in knowing, why would you stop at 20? I want to know more. But for you to get, then they give the code. Yeah, for you to get this, follow this code, pay this amount of money for $25.
They're giving you a date.
Yeah. So many times I was just frustrated. I was like, why can't you guys just give me this free message?
But this is another area where it's like we are living in a different world. We come and give not just full message.
That's what I'm going to. Sunday Adelaja official YouTube. Free. You can go there and revolutionize your life.
Not just 20 minutes.
Countless of hours. You can get
any subject.
Any subject. So, and it's free, guys. It's free.
And some people will still be saying, what is it saying?
It's free. And you can go there, listen to the messages, and build your life, reinvent your life, create your world. Well, I don't know what you guys are waiting for. Man. Yes, the good thing about it is that Dr. Sunday has made all of his resources open for you to get it. Go and listen, guys. Go and listen. Share the link.
Even the books you can read for free if you want.
Yes. The books can also be gotten for free on Amazon. You subscribe for the for the Kindle Unlimited. Yeah, in the Kindle Unlimited, you are able to read the books for free. And this is what Dr. Sunday is doing, is offering the world for free. The mentorship program also, that would cost you $3,000. Guys, guess what? It's also for free. I don't know where this can be gotten. The content is second to none. And even if you place a price on it, is going to be what? It's not. It's short. The price you pay on it would never be.
Then they want millions.
Yeah. But then you're offering it for free. So what are you waiting for, guys? Go ahead, subscribe to the mentorship program. Begin to reinvent your life from it. Go to Sunday Adelaja Official, YouTube. Go and listen to these videos. Learn. Gain understanding. Be fortified with wisdom. Understand God's perspective of life. I mean, just go against the status quo. Become who God has created you to be. And fulfill God's plan for your life. Bring His will to earth as it is in heaven.
The people of this generation and the generation after, especially the generation after, they will not have any excuse, I guess.
Yes, yes. There wouldn't be any excuse. There wouldn't be any excuse.
If Haruna and Mark Ryan's children
are there, fortified, yeah, there wouldn't be any excuse. Yeah, because the truth is out. Yeah, the truth is out. Even I tell myself also.
The resources.
Yeah, I tell myself that with what I know, boy, you can't afford to just.
Yeah, and your children too.
To mess up, yeah. I can't afford to just go. I mean, especially with this book I was talking about the whole job thing. So I'm just in my room and I'm like, okay, boy, with what you know, you'll be very, very stupid to now carry your legs now to go to that system that you are aware of that is designed to kill you and to waste your life. I sit down and I tell myself, boy, no.
Even though you would like to please your dad and mom.
Well, even though I would like to, make them happy, because, I'm their pride. Yeah, their son.
Their only son now.
No, I have another
younger
younger brother. Yeah, but me at least the one that
is accomplished.
Is accomplished. So, but I thank God for what I know and what I'm learning. Yeah, and I know it just takes time for me to embody these things and begin to actualize them. Then they would see, they would be grateful. Yeah. My father himself and my mother, they are grateful. They see what I'm doing right now and they're thankful because they know that. Because sometimes my father would tell me that, I agree. Because when we're having conversations, he say, I submit that you know better than me. You know more than me. You are ahead.
The other day you posted the
wedding anniversary.
Yeah. And I thought it was you. Then I thought, no, that's your dad.
Yeah, who said I look so much like him?
Yeah, just like it was you. I don't know what age you was at that point, but just like you now.
Yeah. So, well, Pastor, I'm really grateful for. See how we just moved from where we were. But From one question, I was thinking that because I had just a couple of questions, I was thinking maybe it wouldn't be good enough for us to talk about. But the good thing about, this show that I have with you is, like you said, that I'm happy that the viewers also love it.
But they don't have
the resources to do
or
so.
the papers.
Yeah.
Or the
yeah. Or
so what you are doing is that you are helping them to feel as if
they're here. That's it. That's what it is. I'm not ashamed to say that what I've learned just within the space of 2 years of, let me even say 1 year, but 1 year of actively being in connection with you, because others I was just listening, I was reading books, but now really coming to be a part of your team, working closely with you, coming to spend the weekends with you. What I've learned is nothing compared to what I've learned in medical school. No.
Or for the rest of your life?
For the rest of my life, no. It's nothing. It's nothing compared to it. Nothing. It doesn't even stand a chance. Nothing compared. Nothing compared. And that's a product of your messages, your books, and also the interaction that I have with you. Second to none. And I'm grateful to God. I'm so grateful. Sometimes I sit down and I'm like, God, thank you for the opportunity to be connected with Dr. Sunday. Not because of the money you're going to give me, or because of but because of just that.
It's
life.
Life is not about
the
PWW.
No, at all. Far from it.
WWP. So
far from it.
There are things that are more valuable.
Yeah, but I had people who were around me, who looked up to me to be a channel of wisdom, knowledge, advice too. So that was enough motivation for me to search for knowledge, because I had to be a channel. But then the deception of this is that you're not a tank. And in as much as God wants us to be a channel, but we must become that thing. We must be a reservoir of it. And I'm coming to a question, but I'm just trying to help the viewers to understand what I'm talking about. That many times what we do is that we study and we equip ourselves just to equip other people, but we never become that knowledge. We never become that message. But you've been able to go beyond just getting the knowledge, equipping yourself, because I know you do that. Till today, you still undergo self-education, but you've been able to personify. You've been able to turn all of those knowledges you've acquired into flesh, so you've become a reservoir of it. Now the question is, how? Because that's the question now. How? Can you help me and the viewers out there on how we can do this? Or how you were able to do this, and how we can. I know our goal is not to become like you automatically. We know it takes time. We know
to be better than me.
Yeah,
Why not?
You have to be better than you. But
it's good to be better than me. That should be the goal.
That should be our goal, yes. To be better, because we're exposed to what you know. So how? And to embody them, I have so much things that I'm
to embody.
I'm sorry, guys, but I have so much things to embody that someone's comment or someone's perspective doesn't even give me a headache. So let me just help you out, guys. So that, if you can learn from what I'm saying, it would be good. Rather than get distracted by someone who is coming with a contradictory opinion, or someone who is saying something else, that time you're using to reply the person, you're wasting your time, really. You don't have to. You don't have to even convince the person to listen to Dr. Sunday. You don't have to convince anybody to follow Dr. Sunday's perspective. If you're like me, who has
work on yourself,
so much work to do on yourself, don't fall for that trap. Don't fall for that distraction. That is just a little advice that I want to give out to everyone who is listening there. Don't be distracted. Work on yourself. You are a project that needs more time, more effort to be worked upon. So just do that for yourself and become the message. Be all of the knowledge that you've been acquiring. And I tell you, your life will be an example. People just need to come close to you, and you don't have to say a word to preach that message. Your life will exude the message automatically. And that's just what I have to say to you. I don't know if you have any last word. I think that's what we'll have for today.
Yeah, we have overstretched ourselves.
We've gone beyond it. But I guess it was really explosive. I guess it was really, it was a good time, really. I had good experiences here. I had a lot of light bulb moments. I went through my own personal test to see how far I've gone, being able to process information, how to think. And I guess you guys also would have gone through these similar experiences. And I hope I've been able to bring you into our world here in Kyiv. Try to reinvent your world, build your own world, and create the life that you want to live. Because one thing I've learned from Dr. Sunday is that, hey, just so you know, the life you're living, check. Are you the one who chose to live that life? Yeah, because most times we are not really who we are. We are who the world has made us to be. And that's a tragedy on its own. We are who our teachers have called us to be. We are who the educational system has trained us to be. We are who our environment has dictated to us. Do you really know who you are? The life you're living, are you really the one creating that life? Or have you given the driver's seat of your life to every other person apart from yourself? Well, the challenge that I have to you today is to get back to the driver's seat of your life. Handle your will. Create your life. Reinvent your life. Be in charge of your time. Be in charge of your life. And it's easy. You can do this. How can you do it? Equip yourself. Okay? Then you might be asking, how can I equip myself? Very easy. Go to YouTube. Search for Sunday Adelaja Official. And whatever topic you want to learn about, whatever area, whichever area of your life you want to reinvent, just search Sunday Adelaja Official and put in that area of life and sit down. Lock yourself and begin to consume these messages. Consume them so much that they begin to revolutionize your mind. Consume them so much that they begin to shift your paradigms. Consume them so much that subscribe to Amazon Kindle Unlimited and you'd have access to a lot of Dr. Sunday's books. Sit down with these books and read them. One of the biggest gifts that Dr. Sunday has given to us is the mentorship program. That program gives you the opportunity to learn even more, to go deeper in your study. So why not go ahead and subscribe to this mentorship? You'd see the details. The details will be shown on your screen right now. So follow the details on your screen and join the mentorship program ASAP. The good news is that it is free of charge. So these are all the resources that I have to share with you. And I hope that you take advantage of them and you maximize it. I'm going to give Dr. Sunday the opportunity to share his last words with us as we end today's show.
I can only say congratulations to you.
Thank you, sir.
That you are not one of those that are just satisfied by living for today, a trivial life of vanity. You are not. You want to push yourself and live the highest life. So that is something that you must be commended for. You have to live the highest life, and living the highest life is the key. And I can only say thank you for pushing me, because it is your hunger that is pushing me to answer. And you know me, if people don't ask and they are not interested,
Just keep quiet.
I just keep quiet.
It's true.
I just keep quiet, and I'll be joking with them, laughing with them. Anything they want me to be, that's what I will be to them. If they want me to become a stumbling block to them, they will find that one too.
Wow.
Controversy, they will find that one
Find
too.
it.
Anything they want to find in me, they will find it. Just like Jesus, he said he was born for the rising of some and for the falling of others.
Wow.
So for those ones who want to see me as a stumbling block, they will find it. Those ones who want to see me as a rising, as a source of rising, they will also find it.
Wow.
But you have done a good job in that sense, and thanks to you, all these people out there could also be blessed and receive all these materials.
All right, guys, that's it. It's a wrap. Thank you so much. My name once again is Anuojo, and I look forward to seeing you guys on another episode with Ask Pastor Sunday. Till we see each other, have a blessed day.
Peace.